Welcome to GIS Co-Scientist, your AI-powered assistant for GIS operations, including geospatial data retrieval, spatial analysis, and geographic research. And in this video, I'll walk through every panel of the web interface so you can start running real analysis in just a few minutes. So let's get started. To get started, you need to open a web browser and visit GIS-Co-Scientist.online. That will bring you to the web user interface of GIS Co-Scientist. Here on the interface, we have on the left, you will see the data layers panel, and this is your workspace. To right on the data layer panel, you will have this folder plus icon, which you can use to upload your own data sets, which can include just JSON file, package files, shape files, CSV, or GeoTIFF files. Okay. Clicking this icon will allow you to browse your local machine to add your own data set. So for demonstration, I'm going to add a particular data set. Okay. So here, once added, layers appear here as an organized list, which is ready to be visualized on the map viewer here. And also you can make use of this data. You can reference to it in your conversations with the assistant. And right below, you will find conversation history. Every analysis sessions is being saved automatically. And you can click on new chat to begin a fresh conversation, or you revisit previous conversations to pick up exactly from where you left off, which will load every complete generated code results, which will be fully restored on this interface, which quickly I'm going to demonstrate that. I'm going to add a previous conversation. For example, here I have a previous conversation, and the previous conversation, as you can see, we have a previous data downloaded, which I'm going to reload on the map viewer. So that's about the conversation history panel. And the center of the screen here, you can see the charts panel, which is the main workspace. And this is where you talk to the GIS Co-Scientist. So below, at the bottom of the center panel, you can find a message box where you can input any request. That is, here you type in, you describe what you want to do. For example, you can ask a research question. You can make requests for specific geospatial operation, and you can at the same time request for data retrieval. You can make requests for any geospatial data set. Okay, and right below the message box is the input toolbar, where you can also use this plus icon to add a data set, just as we have at the just the same purpose this add layer icon serve here. And also you have the auto data button, which you can on and off. When you on this, that means you want the GIS Co-Scientist to automatically fetch geospatial data to be used. And so aside the auto data mode, we have different modes in this GIS Co-Scientist. The first is the data retrieval, which allows user to download geospatial data sets. So this data retrieval mode helps to fetch geospatial data sets from different sources. And the spatial analysis mode is for direct execution of spatial operation, like buffering analysis, so on. And the research mode is for the full geospatial research. And also the chat mode enables user to have, ask open-ended questions. Also, we have the autonomous mode. When you switch on the autonomous mode, the GIS Co-Scientist approve plans on its own. And when it is off, it means that it asks user for some verifications before it move on its execution. So that is that about different modes. You can learn more about these modes by reading the user manual of this GIS Co-Scientist, which you can find at the header here. Moving forward, the send button. Once you have entered a request, you hit the send button. Right. So quickly at the top of the screen, you will find some main navigation, which you have the settings. You can navigate to the configuration settings, which I will be talking about shortly. Also, you have the user manual, which contains detailed information on how to use the GIS Co-Scientist. And also you have some video demonstrations which show some examples, some operations that have been executed on this GIS Co-Scientist. And also you can feel free to read the official preprints to learn more about the entire framework of GIS Co-Scientist. And quickly you can also jump to the GIBD lab homepage to learn more about the team behind this project. So you can, like I mentioned earlier, you can navigate to the settings to open the configuration settings. So on the configuration settings, it allows user to enter API key, which can be obtained from the GIBD service or OpenAI. So, for example, if you want to acquire an API key, you can visit our GIBD service website where you need to register a new account or you sign in if you are a previous user. So to register a new account, you need to click on the register new account to register and have an account where you then need to sign in to the platform. So I'm going to sign in, and once you sign in, you have the overview of your profile, which shows the total token used, the total token assigned to your profile. Then you can generate an API key by navigating to the API key section, where you have, here you should have, as a new user, you should have request API key. And once you request the API key, that will display right here, which you can copy to your clipboard. Okay, and once copied, you can navigate back to the GIS Co-Scientist UI to paste here this password box. And you can as well input your OpenAI key if you have one. And if you don't, you can navigate to OpenAI API website to get one. These are detailed in the user manual. So once you have your API key, you can save the key and sure you have this confirmed, key saved. And it should be noted, once you save a key here, it's not saved on the GIS Co-Scientist server. Rather, it is saved on the user browser. That's to ensure privacy. Okay, and right here we also have the data source keys. So this is applicable to the data retrieval mode, which means that the data retrieval mode, you're trying to download geospatial data sets from some data sources. So these data sources, some of them required keys. For example, the open topography, the EPA, AQS requires some credentials, which you need to input. You are prompted for this automatically when a source needs them. And once you enter that, it's been saved here. And again, I would love to mention that these keys are not saved to a server. Rather, it's saved to your browser, right? So you can close that. And here we have the map viewer, which bring your data to life. Every layer you upload, they are being rendered here as an interactive map. You can zoom, you can pan across. And also you have the result and artifact, which is below the map viewer. This is where you can display the outputs of GIS Co-Scientist generated. This can be statistical tables, as you can see here. It can be charts, it can be images. You can review, you can export them, you can, also clear for a fresh space, right? And also one thing I would love to mention is every panel is resizable. You can resize you can drag the dividers between panels to give yourself more room where you need. And also you can collapse the side panels. The left panel can be collapsed, and also the right panel can be collapsed to give more room for the chart panel. Right. So this will be the end of this video. And I believe that now you are familiar with the user interface of GIS Co-Scientist. And in our subsequent videos, we'll be demonstrating on how each mode works and to have a real samples and real demonstrations of different cases. Yeah, thank you. And I hope you have a great experience on this GIS Co-Scientist platform.